All right, welcome you guys. I am so excited. This is a special edition of our Millionaire Mastery Monday night call. And I have someone who has helped my business and helped Tracy Rogers. We all know Tracy Rogers. We all look up to her, love her. So happy to have her as a leader on this team. But he has helped both of us tremendously in this profession. And I cannot wait to hear for you guys to hear from him. We always are looking for new mentors to follow. I feel like personal development is the most important thing in this business. And we do what people like. I always said, I'm going to do what people who are making what I want to make. I'm going to do what they do. I'm going to surround myself with those type of people. I'm going to surround myself with people that I want to be like. And that's exactly the community that Rob's built. And I love his community that he has. And I just love everything about what you're doing for our profession. So I am so excited. I'm going to shut up because they came to hear you. So I'm gonna let you take over.
Sounds good. Excited to be on. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll go fast and furious, and hopefully it looks like it's recorded. So if I talk too fast, then you can go back. But really my main goal and objective is hopefully to have one thing that helps propel your business forward. I think I first met Amber, I want to say it was right when your book came out, which was that like 7 years ago, ANMP? Probably right around then, and it followed each other online. And so that was really fun. It's been such a fun journey. It's such an incredible profession where you get to make friends with all these different legends and collaborate. And then with Tracy, it's just been a really fun journey from seeing her all the way from she bought my book to telling me that she's gonna, follow what I do, and then all of a sudden she reaches out and tells me, "Hey, I've just been following your book and your trainings, and I just reached this income and then this income." And then she says, "And I'm gonna make 6 figures a month," and then she did. And it's just been tremendous and traveled all over the world with her as well. And I'm going to stop in the shout outs because I saw several others that I know, and then I'm going to miss some, and I'm going to feel bad. And so I will tell you before I start, I do have ADHD, and that stands for dude has dreams, okay? Or a dudette has dreams. So if I squirrel moments, like if my wife's wearing Lululemon and walks by, which should be legal, like, and I look like that just happens, okay? But we will give an in-depth training. So I'm going to share with you all just a little bit of my story. And then along with my story, I'm going to integrate some principles that will teach you and help you all tremendously with your business. So high level, you hear like the blah, 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 right? Like highlight versions of people. I'm going
Arnold.
to give that to you all real quickly. And then after that, I'm going to go through like some of the struggles, the tragedies, the vulnerabilities, right? And so high level, now my podcast has been listened to by 176 countries. I have 14 books, which sounds crazy because I got a 2.7 GPA in high school, and that's because I kissed butt to the teachers. So I did not do great. I got, I think, 18 on the ACT test. I ended up doing BC on every answer for the math portion because it was like a foreign language to me, just full transparency. I've spoken in 23 countries now for network marketing. And my greatest fear was public speaking, to the point of even after I had a lot of success in network marketing, I think it took me about 9 years to become a 7 out of 10, maybe, for public speaking. And so I'm just giving you guys the real raw version. I became the number one recruiter out of a million distributors. I built my business in 40 plus countries, and I helped facilitate the largest merger in network marketing history in 2016. Now that's the high level, right? People are like, oh, like they have no idea the insecurities, the doubts, the failing forward. And so I'll give you guys the success when I started, and I'm going to give you guys like the opposite. Like most people like struggle, 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 success. I was massive success to get my butt kicked. Like really, really badly. So I started out in this profession in 2008. And I get approached by my mentor. He'd made over $30 million in network marketing. And I said no to every network marketing company. I'd been approached by 11. I live in Utah. So if you haven't been approached by at least 5 or 6, you don't have friends. So I'd been approached by like 11. I'm like, no, I don't do those kind of things. So finally, this guy approaches me and he's like, hey, we're going to do big business together. And I knew he owned like shopping malls, and he owned like 1,000 acres in this other place. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, yeah, like we're doing real estate jackpot. And I say, well, what is it? It's network marketing. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, this is how I made my money. He's like, this is time freedom. This is what it's all about. Like he hits me back strong. And then he tells me it's skincare. I'm 28 years old. And he's like, yeah, there's this incredible device that helps with cellulite and it helps with stretch marks. And I'm thinking in my mind, like I've got all these like um, limiting beliefs, but insecurities. So I start joking around with myself. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, what am I supposed to do? Like call my buddy up and say, "Hey, dude, so saw your right cheek in the locker room the other day. A little bit saggy there, a little bit cellulite. Hey, come over. We're gonna watch the football game at halftime. We're gonna firm that bad boy up. Buy one, get one free, right?" These are all the things that are going through my head. What am I doing? 28 years old, network marketing and skincare. Like, are you crazy with this massive company that, in my mind, a massive like saturation? So you talk about limiting beliefs. Well, I did go on to become, yes, the number one recruiter there. But that first month, I did nothing for the first 2 days. This is the first massive learning lesson for you. Nothing. My mentor calls me up and he says, Rob, and I'm running a tennis club at this time. That was my background as I played college tennis and semi-pro tennis and taught tennis. I was the tennis guy. And he says, Rob, he said, hey, who are you getting me on the phone with? Right. This is old school. There's only like three-way calls, right? 2008. And I white lied. I feel really bad. Like I try to do a good job. I feel like I do a good job telling the truth, but this is 2008. So I white lied. I'm like, oh, I got people coming over to your house tomorrow. I didn't have anybody, but I had good intentions. And he says this to me. He says, Rob, I love you as a friend no matter what. And I'd never seen this like alpha, like A leader version of him. And he said, but if you don't get somebody on the phone with me when you're done with work at 2 p.m., I'm done with you. I'm never working with you again. Urgency is synonymous with wealth. And then he hangs up. Like it's like the movies. You know how they don't say bye? Like they just hang up. Like they never say bye in the movies or like TV shows. He just hangs up. I'm sweating and I don't sweat. What do I say? Who do I talk to? Well, what ended up happening is I got started and I ended up doing $39,000 in skincare sales. First 3 weeks, August, a slower month, working the business part time. Okay. And I kept it simple. My energy was high. My knowledge was extremely low. Month two comes along, and me, let's apply that GPA where some things you're not so smart and other things you're really smart. And I confuse bonus income with residual income, right? They're talking about residual income. I'm like, oh, I just made 15 grand. Like, let's quit my career. It wasn't just a job. Like, I was running a tennis club at age 24 to 28. Like, you have to be 55 years old, most of these guys. So I thought I had the dream job. So I quit it like an idiot. And my bonus income is where I made all the money. So my second month, I made $2,200, which I know sounds like a lot, but when you're used to making six figures, right at the time my wife and I had two kids, then we learned about duplication and network marketing. We went for two more, so now we've got four. But our comp plan's maxed out. We're like four and no more, unilevel, binary, hybrid, Australian two up, executive breakaway, whatever you want to call it. We're four and no more. So I'm looking at like my wife and my kids, and I'm like, crap, like, what am I gonna do? $2,200, like this doesn't even pay the bills. Never had any debt in my life, had money saved, right? So month three is worse. And month two, given I signed up my friend, I paid for him to get in. Stupidest thing ever. And my mother-in-law did me a favor. Okay. Because I'm thinking, like, if everyone just does what I did, right? I'm gonna crush this business, right? And I did 39,000 in volume. I didn't need that many people to do what I did. And so month three, check goes down again. Month four, guys like to do sound effects. Goes down again. Month five, December. We're talking like I made less than $400 for the month and I'm working 80 hours a week. Like I should have gone to work at McDonald's making minimum wage. I would have been filthy rich compared to network marketing. So lots of learning lessons in this. Remember my mentor said urgency is synonymous with wealth. Had my mentor called me 2 days later, I would have probably quit. Think about that. He got me into action right away. Everyone talks about like duplication and it's like, hey, watch these 10 videos and these other, 50 videos on the comp plan and the 72.9 ways the comp plan pays. And, watch our pinning patents. And we've got this secret magical ingredient that grew during a full moon that a sheep peed on that, like will make your skin look younger. And it's like all of a sudden it's like they go months with studying when their energy levels are so high at the beginning. So it's like the plan for the plan of the plan of the plan of the plan of the plan, right? Well, I went into management mode. You've all been there, done that, and you may all be there right now, many of you. And so I went into management mode where I was trying to get everyone else to do what I once did, not what I was currently doing. Think about that. And so you're like, hey, who you getting on, right? Who you getting on the Zoom? Who you getting on this? Who you bringing, right, to Miami? Who like, but I wasn't bringing anybody new. I was telling them all what to do. And it's like, hey, like, I'm so supportive. What do you need? What do you need? And it's like, now when you hear the cliches like speed of the leader, speed of the pack, cliches are cliches for a reason because they're timeless principles. And so I'm like doing the worst job ever. So now I know way more. I want you to think about this, okay? Normally I can draw it up on a whiteboard. At the beginning, where was my energy? Through the roof. Where was my knowledge? As you start to have, and we're talking about how to create and recreate momentum, as you start to have people say no to you, start to have people that quit your business, start to have um, start to not take action right in the income producing activities, making new reach outs, new invites. What happens is your energy can't stay up here. New people are the lifeblood of this business, so the energy goes down. So then you're like, well, crap, what am I going to do? So you're used to having a job where you're trading time for money. So now you're like, well, I'm going to work harder, but your work is inefficient, fake work. Again, these are all the things I did wrong, so I can give tough love. So then what you do is you're like, okay, I'm going to listen to 8 podcasts today. I'm going to read 3 books. And your knowledge goes up and your energy now is down here. And eventually what happens is it gets to the point as you keep following this path, the knowledge goes up, 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 up. And now you know everything. You know the next incentive trip, exactly the best way to qualify, all the magical ingredients. And your energy is down here. And you get to the point you don't realize that, but you're like, I know 10 times more than I used to know. Why am I not sponsoring anybody? Think about that. We've all had that thought or similar to that thought, subconsciously or consciously. No amount of knowledge will ever compensate for energy. People are following your energy. Your knowledge is to help increase your energy levels. Your personal development is to help increase your energy levels. Trainings like this is to help increase your belief, to help increase your energy levels. Everything is to help increase that. That's why when you go back, think back to the beginning, right? When you first joined as like a builder, like not product user, but a builder, like this company, former company, doesn't matter. And why is it most people have more success? Because energy levels are through the roof and they're almost like the best, most delusional version, optimistic version themselves of anything's possible. That's contagious. The world loves boldness. It makes people curious. It's contagious. But then we start to go through this cycle of things that bring us back down, right? That we allow to. And a lot of that can come to, I mean, there's different things. I do a whole training on in my book, The Game of Conquering. I list out, I did a survey on the top fears that network marketers have. And so oftentimes what I'll do is just imagine like I'll draw on a piece of paper like a big circle. So there's just imaginary, a big circle. And I'll have, and I just did this, I just did an event for 100 people. And I have everybody list out, what's up, Jennifer? these different, right, fears. So there'll be like fear of unknown, um, fear of, and these are network marketing fears, right? I'm not talking about fear of snakes or sharks or any of that stuff or heights. And they're like fear of success. They're like fear of rejection, fear of failure. Like they list out all these fears. And guess what? I attach them to this middle one right here and I write FOJ, which stands the mother of all fears. It's the fear of judgment. Think about it. If you remove your fear of judgment, you're not worried about what other people think. You're not worried about the fear of failure. You're not worried about the fear of rejection. You're not worried about the fear of success. You're not fear of leading or saying the wrong thing as you go or inadequacy. The mother of all fears is the fear of judgment. And we're allowing the people in the cheap seats that aren't even in the game for preventing us from playing the game. Think about that. You're allowing the keyboard warriors that aren't even going to join your team anyway to judge you. And because of that judgment, you're not willing to take the action that you know you need to do because this business is simple. People are going to judge you no matter what. Let's be brutally honest. They're going to judge you because, oh, you approached me too soon, you spammy pammy, right? Oh, you took too long to approach me. You could have approached me a month ago. You had a hidden agenda. You're like, yeah, I did, to help have products that change your lives and a business that changes your life, get you out of your rut. If that's a hidden agenda, like we all have hidden agendas, right? My kids have hidden agendas when they're asking for what to eat. And I have, dating my wife. Yeah, of course I had a hidden agenda. Like, what does that mean? My intent was great. Like, get over it. They judge you no matter what. They judge you because you're too fat. Just being honest. They judge you because you're too skinny. Oh, she's on Ozempic and licks apples all day long. That's why she's skinny, right? Like, too fat, too skinny, approach too soon, right? Like, oh, he's jacked, must be on steroids. Like, it's like, that's just what people do. And we're over here not chasing our goals, our dreams, and our ambitions because of these keyboard warriors that are out here, right? That are going to judge you. Winners celebrate with winners. They just do. You notice all the people that attack the most are the people that aren't having any success. Successful people like I love it. I don't look at a friend if he goes and he creates this, $10 million deal and I'm jealous. I'm inspired. I'm inspired by it. So you're going to be on your deathbed someday, and can you imagine this? This is laughable. You're not going to be on your deathbed and be like, I am so glad, Sally, that I didn't chase my goals and approach those people because they could have misjudged me and I would have had all that time freedom. Like, it's laughable, but it really is what prevents us from going after those goals, those dreams, those ambitions. And so we need to have that reality check because honestly, the business is so simple of working this business, talking to brand new people. Making those new invites is the most important thing. Now, I understand many of you are prolific on social media. From that, you're going to have some people that reach out. There's very few that ever have like unlimited, right? Like reach outs. I get that's the dream. More often than not, if you're not a big influencer, what's going to happen is you're going to chip away. You're going to chip away at that trust, right? And you're going to drip on them. And maybe eventually they reach out, or maybe when you reach out, they're more likely to say yes because you've been very deliberate, you've been very consistent on social media. But I want you all to step out and be bolder. Putting yourself down is not humble. I am the president, El Presidente of the Recovered People Pleaser Club. You can apply if you want to be VP, but I'm El Presidente. And it took me 5 years to say I was the number one recruiter out of a million distributors because I felt like I was bragging. And then I realized, no, I'm freaking great at recruiting, but I don't think I'm a better human being than other people. There's things I'm great at, there's things I'm weak at, but it doesn't make me think I'm better than anyone else. And why would I hide my talents? Why would I hide my talents? Think about it. Attention's the number one currency of marketing. And I think about people I look up to, Jesus Christ, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King. Can you imagine if you'd never even heard of them? That means they got no attention. Yeah, are there people that do it the wrong way? Absolutely. But how you have more impact is understanding this. If you have abundance, and you create more income, you can change more lives. You say, no, I don't care about money. I want to go to humanitarian trips. That takes money. And you can impact more people and make a bigger difference. So it's understanding what the purpose is and understand your purpose, your vision, your ambition are greater than the haters. The haters are going to come. You're not striving for them, but it's just part of the territory. I mean, look, you look at Jesus Christ and the 12 apostles. Doesn't matter if you're religious or not. Look at how many haters they had. Absolutely nuts. It doesn't matter who or what. Go look at your favorite book ever and go look at the worst reviews. And you'll be like, how is that even possible? It's always there no matter what. So you got to get over yourself. You think you're being humble pie and you don't have an ego, but in reality, it's actually the opposite side of the coin of having an ego because you're worried whatever everybody else thinks. And so we got to be louder and prouder. Louder doesn't mean you have to be negative or in their face or anything like that, but shine your light. Too many of you are dimming your light. You got to go out there, you got to shine your light, and you got to go out there and make it happen because you're doing incredible things. I mean, think about this. If we were to have people list out what their dream job was, don't even talk network marketing. They'd be like, I did this the other day at my event, and they're like, time freedom. Oh, I want to have, more income potential, more flexibility. I want to have a boss that I love. I want to have, more trips and recognition and culture. That's exactly what we do. Yeah, there are people that convey it wrong and do it wrong. And I tell people, yeah, network marketing done wrong is your greatest nightmare, but done right is your greatest dream. You got products that you love. You got a community that's absolutely incredible with recognition and leadership development. You got time freedom. And you have this no cap on your income. Absolutely incredible. For me, if it's not network marketing, I'm not interested. And they're just like, wait, what? Instead of like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I just do some online stuff. They're like, wait, are you part of the witness protection program? What's going on here, right? Or it's like, let me think of some creative way, right? It's like literally they're following your confidence. And that's what you need to have. So for all of you, some things you can do that will help you, that have helped me out massively in my business, that also will help you for creating momentum is I have where I set goals. I think most people fail. And so I've had to figure out what helps me out. So there's 3 sets of goals that will set you up for massive success. The first set of goals are minimum non-negotiables because network marketers, we usually just dream huge, right? We're like, I'm going to Bora Bora, which by the way, one of my favorite places in the world. And someone great joins your team. Like, let's say you're burnout. Someone great joins your team and they bring on 10 people. Are you still burnout? No. All of a sudden you're like, I could be retired. I could be going to Bora Bora in like 3 months. We're drama kings and queens. And then all of a sudden someone good quits your team. Oh, I just don't have the personality. I just can't do this, right? Like we are just like this, like all over the place with our highs and lows as we go. And so I had to do this to really help me. Before I get into the minimums, I had to create a statement, a personal statement I created. And this is what I said to help give me vision. I said, compensation always catches up to skill set and effort, but it is almost always massively delayed. I'll say that again. Compensation always catches up to skill set and effort, but it is almost always massively delayed. And this helps because no matter how good you are, you don't just plant seeds and then say, hey, where's my tree? There still takes some time. There's still a process to making this happen. So there's an old saying that people have heard that I've changed, and it's marry the process, divorce the results. I don't say that. I say marry the process, date the results, because the results are feedback. I want feedback, but I'm not going to marry the results. And too many of you allow your network marketing check to define your network marketing self-esteem. Works both ways. I've seen leaders that make 100K a month and they're not 100K a month leaders. I've seen it. And they, haven't possessed the skills or haven't developed the leadership as they go. And I've seen other leaders that are making $400 a month, planting the right seeds. I know they're $10,000 a month leaders. But unfortunately, you could go approach 100 people and have no one say yes, and you think you're awful. And the next month, you could approach 2 people, no increased skills. You didn't do anything different, nothing, no other variable except you approached 2. And you approached 2 people, and both say yes, and they bring on 10 people, and you think you're amazing. You see the problem there? You're so tied to the emotional roller coaster and the immediate results that it becomes tough to really focus on the disciplines it takes to build a business. And so the minimums, this is where people think they understand, but they miss it. The minimums are the non negotiables that you create that are so low, follow me, that you're going to do them no matter what. Okay? Like, no matter what. Like, I've obviously never had a baby. Okay? I did pass out one time on one of our four kids. I know that's a story for another day. Like, I stole the show. It was really, really embarrassing and bad. I haven't told that story publicly for a long time. Super embarrassing. Um, but I've had 7 kidney stones, so I'll go there. So I have to think of like, yeah, it was bad. I was like throwing up like nonstop, like like drugged out of my mind, felt like someone was stabbing me whole time. And I would have to think if I had a kidney stone, what would I be willing to do? Now, here's the other part people misinterpret. I'll bring it all home for you. There are daily goals and weekly goals. Everyone thinks they're all daily methods of operation. That is wrong. Okay. Now you have to choose what your preference is. I believe that personal development should be a daily goal. That's like eating, right? It's that nurturing. We don't just not eat for a week and then say, hey, let's go eat a lot. So personal development should be daily. Weekly goals, for me, I like new invites to be a weekly goal. Now the reason is because I think it's easier. Let's say I'm going to do 3 a day. So I'm going to do, let's just round down to 20 a week. Instead of just doing 3, okay, I'm done, right? Because that's the goal you want to hit. Make sure you hit it every day. And then sometimes you don't work as much, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday because of schedules. And sometimes, like for me, my energy levels are really high on Mondays. I don't do very much work at all unless I'm speaking or out of town on Sundays. And so Monday is where my energy levels are high. So why would I not stack my week when energy levels are high for my most important task? Why would I not stack my day, right? When my energy levels are higher in the morning. So I stack my weeks and I stack my day with the most important tasks. This helps me to create mini momentum. So for you, I would create non-negotiable minimum goals. So an example would be personal development. My goal is just to do it. 17 years later, I haven't missed one single day. Okay. I create this for all areas of my life. Like prayers, I haven't missed one day in 17 years. Now, the man upstairs is probably like sometimes like, dude, Rob, that was the world's worst prayer. Like, can you come back to me when you got more? Like, I'm being honest. So it sounds impressive. The streak is, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes I read for 30 seconds. New invites. It could be for the week. My worst week ever. Like I'm gone, I'm traveling, I'm eating everything. I'm having gelato 4 times a day in Europe, right? And pizza in Italy, right? Amalfi Coast. And so you may be like, my worst week, I'm doing one. One. Now, standard is the second set of goals. This is what you strive to do on a daily or weekly basis. So my standard is I want to read personal development for an hour every day. My minimum is just do it. My minimum could be for new invites, 1 a week. My standard is maybe 20 a week, right? As you go. So there's minimum standards. Working out, for me, my minimum is I don't miss an entire week of working out. And now it's been 17 years where I haven't missed an entire week of working out. My standard is 5 days a week for an hour. Do you see the difference? Now, I'll bring it home in a second on the psychology of all this. The third set of goals are your blitz goals. I've never seen a leader have success or become a leader without going on all out blitzes. I'm not telling you all need to quit your life and like say goodbye kids for like 6 months. Like I'm not that like type. Um, Whatever that means to you. So maybe for you, you're only working 2 hours a week. And I suggest you have at least one day a month you blitz. And I suggest you have 1 week a quarter as a minimum that you blitz. So you may say, okay, one day a month, I am just moving everything else aside. I typically, only make like 10 invites a week. And I'm going to do, 25 invites in one day, right? And I'm going to create this mini momentum as we go. And so that's something that you can do with your business. So you got to have one day a month, 1 week a quarter. Now, I promise you, if you do this, what's going to happen is show me your habits and I'll show you your future. Okay. This is what creates a complete identity shift for you. If you're someone that's gone, let's say, 7 weeks of not missing a week of one new invite and you're tracking it, like you've got it on your whiteboard, you're sending it maybe in your chat, your accountability chat with a couple friends. You got, there's an app called Streaks that I use, just this orange app. I think it's like $4.99 or something. And I promise you, you're not going to miss after 6 weeks. Like it's just in your head of like, you're like, I got to get it done on Monday so I can just check it off. I promise you, it creates a win streak. The psychology of it's so important. Like you look at Alcoholics Anonymous, like that's the most powerful program. And they do streaks like this. They give you coins, like different things, because they know like it's one of the hardest things to overcome. And why have they helped so many people overcome it? Because they understand the power of win streaks. You go look at like Orange Theory and stuff like that. They'll show the people that have come the most and streaks they have because they understand that. You look at these freaking, and some of you are doing it as well, so I shouldn't say kids, but I hear all the time from my teenagers on their freaking stupid snap streaks. Like, I know I'm grounded from my phone, but I got to get on for 2 seconds to keep my snap streak going. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, right? But I'm telling you, there's important psychology. So the minimums create the habits to change the identity. The standards, what you strive to do on a regular basis to have success. And the blitz perpetuates you and gets you a little bit ahead where you have that burst of energy. And it's just so important that you understand every single one of these aspects to help you out in your business. I do it in all areas of my life, all areas. I do it with all the things that are important to me in my life. Like I make sure I don't miss date night with my wife, right? Then you could consider a blitz. Like we make sure we go on a couple of trips with just her and I without the kids. All the things. I have the things with my kids, like time I spend with them. Like I just structure because time's the most valuable thing we have on this earth. It is. And so for me, that is what I want to do is I want to create more time with the right people, create more memories, right, with the right people. I want to be very deliberate in my business. And when you really think about it, I'm going to bring it here and summarize this and finish, and I can answer a question or two if anyone has. This business, how long? I did this yesterday or 2 days ago. Actually, no, it was yesterday. And I asked the question to 100 people. I said, how many new invites could you make if you were all out focused in an hour? And most people said around 20. Let's just say 15. It doesn't really matter the number. So you're telling me in 1 hour you can make 15 new invites if you try? So that means 4 hours a month, you could be making 60 new invites. 99.9% of network marketers are not making 60 new invites. If you're making 60 new invites, that's 720 a year. I promise you, you will get better at inviting, following up, closing, handling objections, presenting. You will just naturally fail forward faster. You will naturally have a couple of people that say yes. It will build your credibility. It will build your confidence. And then as you go more and more and more, you'll start to see increased success from the same amount of people you reach out to be from your increased confidence and credibility. And it perpetuates itself more and more and more. But what do people do? They think they work 20 hours, but of the 20 hours, 99.9% of the time was checklisting off 20 things. And it was everything except for the one thing that would do more than the other 19 things, which is making new invites. We make the plan for the plan of the plan of the plan of the plan. And so the whole goal of this training, of every single training, yes, it's increased energy, but it's increased energy and belief to get you to do the main thing, to make more brand new invites. That is how you're going to make your business go. That's how you're going to make it where you don't treat it like net lottery ticket marketing, net hoping, net wishing, net dreaming, net looking around, right? It's network marketing. And I promise you, these principles are true because successful people just do the basics better. And as you do these things better, guess what? Whatever you do well duplicates sometimes. Whatever you do poorly, almost always duplicates. Anyone has kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Anything I do wrong, I swear those kids copy me. Love them to death. Anything I do well, it's only sometimes, right? It's like this big insight of just leadership. And that's why this business is so great and so hard, because it's like all your weaknesses, they're glaring at you. And you're like, ah, and it forces you better. I'm a better father, husband, leader, neighbor, human being because of this profession. Money just became a byproduct, which was incredible as I became a better human being, leader, father, husband, right? Leader, neighbor. I made more money. So as Jim Rohn says, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Stop managing, start leading. You have great systems, great community. It doesn't take that long. I'm not saying abandon your people, but it doesn't take that long to plug them into trainings like these and other trainings and your Facebook group and all the other stuff you have. It doesn't take very long to plug them in. But again, and this one's going to hurt, it's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. What you do speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you say. What you do speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you say. And I'm teaching you all these things because, again, some of you are like, he's looking at my soul. Why are you calling me out? Because I did all these things. I've been through the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, rebuild teams, start over, thought I'd made it, didn't, right? The bridge of tears, all of it. I've been through it all. And it's a process, and it's not an easy one, but what's easy, right? It's hard to be single, it's hard to be married, it's hard not to have kids, it's hard to have kids, it's hard to have a job, it's hard not to have a job, right? So I just look at it, and the two questions everyone asks themselves is it worth it? And can I do it? Right? Can I do what you're doing? Is it worth it? So, can I do it? Is it worth it? Your new prospects are asking this. Your people that are looking to hit the next rank on your team are asking this. You're asking this. Your greatest and biggest leaders are asking themselves this. Can I do it? And if they can, but is it worth it? And that's vision, because good leaders have vision, but great leaders, they give vision. And that's what my goal was, is to give you vision. As Stephen Covey says, his definition of leadership is communicating to one their worth and potential so well they see it in themselves. And my goal is to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Your goal is to do the same thing with your team members, to help pull each other up, to help inspire each other, to help create, accountability and discipline, to help dream together, to help make this happen. So I really appreciate the ladies having me come on. I really do know, I don't say this lightly, it is the ultimate sign of trust. I know that anytime you're bringing someone else on, like third party, like people have to trust the individual that comes on. So I don't take it lightly. I did a Friday night training all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Then I had my like super, super high end online mastermind that I do. Come in Sunday night for dinner. I did all day training today until 6 my time. And then I got a little bit of a break, right? And then I did a training for you guys. I don't do very many night trainings anymore. But when the ladies asked, I said, absolutely, I would love to do it. So I hope you found some sort of value. And I hope you implement something in your business and make it happen. So I don't know if there's anything else, Amber or Tracy, but
So much value. Wow. Like you guys know I've been doing this a long time. I've been to every mastermind. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on masterminds. This here was better than all of them. This right here. So thank you so, so, so much. And you guys, I'm going to be talking to Rob and seeing what we can do. And you're going to be seeing more of him. So I am just really excited. Does anybody have any questions at all? I don't want to take too much of his time. He was so nice to come do this in the evening for us. But if you do have some questions, we'll take a few minutes. Everybody loved it, Rob. It was so good.
oh, thank you. I'm checking out my ADHD. I don't
Oh,
want to look at
good.
comments too much,
I,
but I'm
I
looking
know.
now. I'm looking now. It's like then you're like, wait, what was I saying? Write it
Michelle's
down.
interested on who do you listen to for personal development?
I switch off. Right now, I'm listening a lot to Alex Hormozy. I just love his mind for psychology and selling. And so
Mhm.
he's been the one that I'm just a lot of times I binge on it. And one thing I want to tell you guys, like a huge learning hack. is you guys have heard the whole Tony Robbins and awareness. Like he's like, look around the room, right? And it's like his deep voice, and you look around and he's like, now I want you to notice red. And all of a sudden he's like, you noticed way more red, but there's not more red. There's more awareness. So guess what? This is my hack that I teach that I learned is when I read or listen to personal development, I have a topic that I'm reading or learning for. Just like the look for red and you see more of it, or you buy, your car and all of a sudden everybody has it, whereas before nobody did. So now I'm doing the same thing. So if I want to get more out of my reading, I'm studying specific topics. Like I recently did one again on public speaking. So everything I was reading was on better communication, better posture, better public speaking. And so I felt like listening with intent, I was better able to absorb and learn faster. For you, it could be selling, it could be recruiting, it could be presenting, it could be mindset, right? It could be casting vision to the team. But I like to pick themes, and that enhances my ability to learn. And then I saw someone else had asked, what was the last quote I said? I think it was this, Crystal, I think it was the Stephen Covey quote that you're asking about. And he said, leadership is communicating to one their worth and potential so well they see it in themselves.
Love that. So good. Tracy, is there anything that you'd like to add? I just want to say a big thank you for Tracy for setting this up.
Um, well, I can never get enough Rob Sperry. Um, and you guys, I just want to say I'm really excited with Amber that we're going to be hearing and seeing more of him. And at some point, I'll come in and tell you my story in the Millionaire Mastery because I wouldn't have gotten where I did if it wasn't that I linked arms with Rob Sperry. He was a huge part of my success, but I was also willing to be coachable and listen and implement everything he told me to do. Um, and so stay tuned because you guys, he has these masterminds in Utah. They just got done with one, I believe. Um, we just need to plug into him. I know we all have our favorites, but he is the master of this industry, and he leads with his heart. And I'm just super excited that we're all going to get to experience Rob Sperry. I hope that you guys will be able to tap into his trainings and things and gain from it, what I had. And I'm tapping into it right now. I haven't had my Rob Sperry fix for a few months, so I'm back tapping into it. I got my books out. I got my notes for my masterminds. I've been to like 25 of his masterminds. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob, for being such an incredible giant in this industry and having a servant's heart that you're willing to. I know you've been busy and traveling and you're here tonight. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of us, and we can't wait to see a lot more of you.
Thanks, Tracy. I look forward to it, and I hope I get to meet you all in person, and I'm cheering you on from afar.
Thank you, my
Yeah.
friend. One last request I got from the stream in the Facebook group. They just want to see that poster behind you.
Oh, Kobe Bryant, my favorite athlete of all time. So if you do not believe in yourself, no one else will do it for you. So
Amen. That's great.
there he is.
Thank you so much, Rob. And I'll be in touch to see what we can do to set up something for the girls where I can invest in you for them because I think that'd be so helpful. So
Mm-hmm.
Thanks
we
again
got
for having
this.
me on. Appreciate you all. Let's go make it happen. Let's finish
Let's
the month
do
strong.
it. Yes. Thank you so much, friend.
I'll see ya.
Thank you,
Bye,
Rob.
ladies.